Just over 4 years ago, Harry Smith introduced us to a superstar of a college student named Jory Fleming. Back then, Jory, who has autism, was a 4.0 student at the University of South Carolina, bound for Oxford after earning a prestigious Rhodes scholarship. Harry's been keeping tabs on Jory since that first interview, even visiting him at Oxford. This morning in our Sunday Spotlight, Harry has the latest extraordinary chapter in the story.
Jory Fleming has a lot on his mind.
Congratulations, first,
Thank
on your
you.
master's degree from Oxford.
Yeah, they gave me the piece of paper, so that's irrevocable. Good girl.
The Rhodes Scholar is now a research associate at his alma mater, the University of South Carolina. He is also a person with autism.
I think one of the hallmarks of my experience as an autistic individual has been maybe not a growing comfort level, but a growing desire to want to engage with others and learn from others.
That engagement includes authoring a new book titled How to Be Human.
What would it mean to think about autism? It's not just a list of pros and cons, right? And you stack them up and like one scale is bigger than the other, but rather as a difference in thinking.
A difference in thinking, not a deficit. Jory's thought processes are based on images, and for Jory, translating images into language is no small task.
It takes a ton of energy, and I don't know how to describe it other than energy, but you can feel the drain internally.
Fleming is at the control panel of his mind, channeling thoughts, marshaling resources to fit the task at hand, a difference he recognizes and appreciates.
Maybe the difference between neurotypical and someone like myself is that it's just two dishes in the wider cuisine of humanity, you know.
We first met Jory during his senior year of college and then caught up with him at Oxford. Over the years, he's developed a manual of human interaction.
So we've had conversations before. Do you have a little manual on me?
Yeah, if I heard your voice, I would recognize it. I'd also probably recognize your ears and other kind of odd things that I tend to overfocus on. So if I saw your ear in a mall, I might be able to say, "Hey, Harry."
Incredible. What is intuitive for Jory, the difference in people's ears, is all but imperceptible to the rest of us.
There's something very special about how he sees the world.
Fleming's mother, Kelly, with whom he still lives, homeschooled Jory and accompanied him to Oxford. The book is dedicated to her.
She's not just my mom. She is my teacher, my carer, and my greatest friend.
Fleming writes eloquently about coping with a world he says was not set up for him.
I've never felt like I'm a mistake.
People sometimes talk about wanting to cure autism.
I am very appreciative of the difference in my mind and how it enables me to see problems, to see other people. I think if I wasn't autistic, I might actually be less empathetic.
Something for us neurotypical types to think about. For Sunday Today, Harry Smith, Columbia, South Carolina.
What a guy. Harry, thank you very much. Jory's new book, How to Be Human, An Autistic Man's Guide to Life, is out now, and it's available at today.com/shop.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.